and see if anybody else is going to come in. Let's go.
We are graced with royalty at this morning's meeting, and if Molly and Ian would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, I would appreciate it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to the July 18, 2019 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Bob Archer. I currently serve as chair of the commission and represent District 3 alongside Commissioner Bill Rippon, who represents District 1, and Commissioner Kevin Cook, who represents District 2. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. First item of business, please.
Item 1, proclamations, presentations, introduction of the Shawnee County Fair Queen, Molly Biggs, and the Shawnee County Fair King, Ian Schultz. And this is Candace Mirapole, 4-H Youth Development Agent from the Shawnee County Extension Council.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Candace Mirpool. I'm the Shawnee County 4-H Youth Development Agent, and it is that time of year again. Actually, this weekend, we start the Shawnee County Fair with the horse show, and then next week, Thursday through Sunday, is all the other exhibits for the Shawnee County Fair. And so this is a great time for me to introduce our Shawnee County Fair Queen and King. It is a process to be royalty for the fair. They do applications which are based on their involvement in 4-H, their leadership they've done, and the community service that they've done in their community. So I would like Molly and Ian to both tell you what clubs they come from, their favorite 4-H projects, and an opportunity that 4-H has afforded them by being a part of the program.
All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Molly Biggs. I've been in 4-H for 9 years, and I've been a part of the Indian Creek 4-H Club, so that's in North Topeka. My favorite project would be sheep. I'm like a farm girl all the way. And my favorite opportunity that 4-H has provided me was exchange. So I've hosted foreign exchange students from Japan. We're actually getting another one next week. And I got the chance to go to Minnesota, so they came here last summer for a week, and then we switched and we went to Minnesota for a week this year. So just meeting all the new people, making lifelong friends from all over the world has been a great opportunity that I've learned in 4-H.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Schultz, and I come from the Riverside 4-H Club based out of Barrington, out by Shawnee Lake. And a great opportunity that I have learned through 4-H is just the opportunity of meeting people within my club and within the 4-H community overall. I've been able to make some great friends and even learn a few things along the way. Not only from people within Shawnee County, but also from with others within the state. And I've even taught a class or two to others. So I've been able to teach as well as I learn.
Thank you. Could we get a photo op here with Candace and Molly and Ian with the
That would be
commissioners?
great. Go on up there. This is actually a great photo, right there.
Molly.
Okay.
I'm not Candace.
Okay. I'm so short.
We are so proud of you. Thank you for coming.
Good to see you all at the fair.
That's going to be the highlight of the meeting, my gosh.
It is.
Next item of business, please.
Item 3, consent agenda.
9 items on the consent agenda. Any questions or comments?
Move for approval. Second.
Motion made to approve the consent agenda by Commissioner Cook, and that was seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk, number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Under Special Public Works, Finney and Turnip Seed, $32,900. This for basic services, construction of the Northwest Bailey Road over Snake Creek. Under Special Tax, Bettis Asphalt Construction, Inc., $306,929.47 is for Sherwood maintenance. Total vouchers as of July 17th, 2019, $2,067,308.49, and I move that we approve the vouchers.
Second.
Motion made to approve the vouchers by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Motion made to approve the correction orders by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Public Works, Solid Waste. Number 1, consider approval of request to hire William Sutton as the Solid Waste Director at an annual salary of $95,000 with funding from the Solid Waste budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works and Solid Waste. Solid waste in the short term only. I'm here before you because we've had 16 applicants for the Director of Solid Waste. We had 15 first-round interviews. We had 4 second-round interviews. And after that long process, we have selected an individual who we think will do a great job for solid waste. His name is Bill Sutton. He has 30 years of experience leading and managing people, and he has 6 years of experience in the refuse industry. Because of that experience, we would like to bring Bill in at $95,000, not including fringe benefits. So that is the request before you this morning. Any questions?
Questions for Kurt?
I have none.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made to approve by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
I like the smile on your face, Kurt. Next item, please.
Item C, Administrative Services. Number 1, acknowledge that the notice of budget hearing will appear in the Topeka Capital Journal on Monday, July 22nd, 2019, showing the total of all departmental budget requests and what the resulting tax rate will be if all budgets requests were granted, but this is not the actual 2020 tax budget or tax rate.
Good morning, Betty Greiner, Director of Administrative Services, and I am just asking for you to acknowledge that the notice for budget hearing will be in the paper, the Topeka Capital Journal, on Monday. This is the notice telling the public that the public hearing will be August 1st at 5:30 here in Commission Chambers. This is the opportunity for the public to come and express their opinions to you as the commission before we get into the actual budget discussions and decisions. So, and as Cindy read, this is just a compilation of the requests from the departments. This is if all of the requests were granted, what the estimated mill levy would be. This is not what will end up being the final budget for the year 2020. This is just like say, a compilation of all the requests. I would also just mention that the capital improvement plan discussions will begin on Monday, the 22nd, and then if needed, they will continue on Monday, the 29th.
Very good. Are there questions or comments for Betty regarding?
Move to acknowledge.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Motion made to acknowledge by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed say no. Motion carries 3-0. August 1st, 5 o'clock. I know.
5:30.
5:30.
5:30, okay, thank you. I know in the past, we've gotten through public hearings in about 5 or 10 minutes. I think this year, we are going to have a lengthy discussion on a number of items, and I look forward to the public participating in those discussions. Thank you, Betty. Next item, please.
Item 5, administrative communications.
This is an opportunity for any department head or any member of the public to address the commission.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dusty Nichols, Emergency Management. I know it's another one of those Captain Obvious things, but it's hot. So please take care of yourself, check on your neighbors, keep in mind your pets. And I can't believe we have to remind people not to lock people or pets or anything else in a hot car. So that's just crazy to me that we have to even say that, but please don't do that. Other than that, please take care. There's lots of activities outside this weekend, so just pay attention and hydrate. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Dusty.
Morning, Commissioners. Just a quick reminder, you're probably going to be hearing about elections, early voting, and some of those kinds of things in the news. There is not a primary in Shawnee County, so just wanted to remind everybody, no primary in Shawnee County. So when you hear those things, just remember that does not apply in Shawnee County for the first time in, as far as we can tell, over 40 years. There is not a primary here. So just quick reminders, you hear about those things, just a reminder that it doesn't occur here this year. So
Okay.
thanks.
Thank you, Andrew.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oakes from the Health Department. Yes, it is hot, and yes, we are seeing more mosquitoes after all the rain we've had and all the standing water. So this is the chart that our epidemiologist does every week, and the purple line is this year, and you can see there is an increase. We're especially seeing an increase in the Culex species, which is the type of mosquito that can carry West Nile. So the Kansas Department of Health and Environment has placed us in a high-risk category now for West Nile exposure. So just want to remind everyone that West Nile is spread through mosquito bites, and so if you are going to be outside, we encourage you to use an EPA-registered active ingredient insect repellent on your skin. Those mosquitoes are mostly active at dusk and dawn, so those are good times to stay inside. Be sure if you have elderly relatives or those with a weakened immune system, you should really limit your exposure because West Nile can be very serious. Be sure you have good screens on your windows and doors, and don't forget about dump day on Friday or any day. Dump that standing water, and that will help with the problem. The other announcement I have is that, just a reminder, today is our Farm and Food Advisory Council information session. We have 2 sessions, excuse me. They will be held at the Topeka Center for Advanced Learning and Careers, TCALC. That's at 500 Southwest Tuffy Kellogg Drive, right across from the stadium. And those sessions are at 2 o'clock and at 5:30. So we hope if anyone's interested in this council, they come out and listen to the information. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Crow, Shawnee County Counselor. The meeting hasn't gone long enough, so I thought I'd get up and talk about a couple of things here today. I've got 2 important things to talk about. One of them is not as exciting as the second one. I'll save that for last. But I want to talk about first the public accommodation requirements of the ADA, because that's come up in several meetings. It comes up in our public meetings here, budget hearings, from time to time in the meetings, other meetings, and also in staff meetings. We'll talk about that. And it's something that my office has been recommending for a couple years now, and that is that we hire an outside consultant to do an assessment. And I want to discuss that a little bit. The discussions we've had are well-intentioned, and I want to make sure that people understand where they're coming from. We're always interested. We have these discussions not because we fear that we're out of compliance, but because we're always looking to improve our access to our public facilities, improve the services that we provide to the county. And we want to have an outside consultant look at these because these issues are complicated. They're very complicated. Experts often disagree and do disagree on what is required or what is not. And I'll go through the history of the ADA a little bit so that I can explain that. The ADA was passed in 1990, and we're all more familiar, I think, with the employment section of it that requires employers not to discriminate based on disability. Entities like property owners, like Shawnee County, and even business owners are also familiar with the public accommodation requirements of the ADA. And a set of national standards was enacted following the ADA and went into effect in 1991. And the original standards had two major parts. They had an immediate requirement for all property owners to do an assessment and remove architectural barriers to access unless it was determined that removing those barriers to access is not readily achievable. And they've got a list of 20 factors that you can go through, and it depends on how big you are, what your resources are, what those items are, to assess that. And probably one of the basic things we'll remember from that time is cities doing curb cuts at that time. And that was one of the more common, obvious barriers to access that were immediately addressed at that time. The other section that went into effect only applied to new construction or substantial renovations. So there were a set of standards that went into effect and only applied when that occurred. Okay, so those were the rules for many years. And then there were a new set of standards that were adopted in 2010 that became effective on March 15th of 2012. And with those new standards, what they said was you still have to look for those architectural barriers, but as long as you're in compliance with the 91 standards, you don't have to comply with the 2012 standards unless you are building new or renovating. Every time we renovate something like the Kansas Expo Center or our community centers, we hire architects to help us look at those regulations and make sure that we are complying with these rules from the ADA. And again, it's a complicated issue. You know, when was something built? Was it majorly renovated or not? Is this actually a barrier to access or not? These are the types of things that we want to hire an outside expert to take a look at. And I don't want the public to think we are doing this because we think we are out of compliance. We're doing this to ensure that we are in compliance, and we believe we're in compliance, but we want to make sure of that. And if we do have a few areas in the county, we want to make sure we address that. And we typically talk about that in terms of Parks and Recreation Department because that's our department that has the most facilities that are accessed by the public. So I just wanted to raise that issue and discuss it in a little bit more detail. We have a little extra time today because that issue does keep coming up, and I think that is something that we are going to do moving forward, and I'm a proponent of that, and I think it's a great idea. The second thing I want to talk about is the Stormontville renovation project, and we've got a neat tool we can use now, everyone can use. Let's see if I can find the county's website. Sorry for the uncomfortable silence there. All right, so if you go to the main page on our website, you can get to this in a few different places. The obvious one is go to the Stormont Events Center tag that tells you that the renovations are underway, and click here. You can also get it through the commission page. Let's see if it's coming up. All right, so if you pull up this page and you pull up renovation and its expansion project, and it's got photos of the renovation, there's an indoor camera and an outdoor camera that have been installed. There's an outdoor camera that's been installed at the top of the Capitol Plaza Hotel looking down, and there's an indoor camera that's been installed in Landon Arena in the rafters looking down. and you can click on this camera, and you can see a live video. This is a photo, I haven't moved to the video yet, of what is actually occurring at the time. You can also go back and look at what it looked like previously, and you can follow the progress in real time. Let's see if I can get a live stream that shows. Let's see. See anybody moving? This is live. Still buffering, I think. But you can see the work's being done in the front, and it gives you a live feed. There's also one indoors. Let's go back to that one. That'll give you Landon Arena. And any day now, if you click on that, you're going to see that they're removing the upper bowl seats, and then they're going to remove the lower bowl. They're working on the end zone bar over here. So I just wanted everybody to see that. It's a way at any time you can jump on the website and check the progress in real time. You can even go back and see what's been done over time. So McCown Gordon set that up, our construction manager, and I really appreciate that. I think it's a great feature. That's all I have.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Price with Shawnee County Information Technology. I just wanted to address a concern that was brought up by a member of the public at Monday's meeting about the viewing of the commission meetings. They are available on City TV 4. Monday's meeting is broadcast at 7 p.m. and then rebroadcast on Tuesday at 1 p.m. And Thursday's meeting is broadcast Thursday at 7 p.m. and then rebroadcast Friday at 1 p.m. If you do not have Cox and still want to be able to view these, you can always go to one of the Shawnee County Parks and Rec community centers where they have computer labs provided by the library and view those. The centers that have it are Rice, Hillcrest, Crestview, Oakland, Garfield, and Central Park. Their hours are 9 to 6. It is free to use for the public. There's also a public lab at the Topeka Shawnee County Public Library, but I do not have their hours. So if you do not have access to Cox cable or a computer at home, you have those options to view the commission meetings at any time.
Very good. Thank you, Mark. Anyone else for administrative communications this morning? Commissioner Cook?
Nothing today.
Commissioner Rippon?
Of course. Park Director Tim Laurent and I last night got to give the welcoming address to it's the MST National Girls Fast Pitch Tournament, and we have almost 40 teams here in town. They plugged up all the hotel space, I think, in town, which is good news. And we had teams from well, of course, from Kansas, but I saw them there from Nebraska, Oklahoma, Missouri, Colorado, so they came in from all over. So it's good to have that tournament going in town here this weekend. I know it's going to be a little hot, but they seemed excited, and they were ready to go. One of the teams gave me one of their little pins for their team, so this is the Tulsa Force. So anyway, I'll be following them through the tournament, see how they do. But it was a good evening, and fortunately we did this inside, so that was nice. That's it.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate it. I wanted again to thank Candace and Ian and Molly for being here. I was right, that was the highlight of the meeting. Appreciate it. And that's all I had. Is next item, please.
Item 6, executive session.
County Councilor, is there a need? Yes. Okay. Then I want to make a motion to go into executive session for a period not to exceed 20 minutes to discuss matters relating to security measures that protect Shawnee County's election systems. because the discussion of such matters in an open meeting would jeopardize such security matters. I am requesting that the county councilor, the elections commissioner, the IT director, and emergency management director to attend this session. No action will be taken at this time. That's a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Archer, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. All in favor say aye, opposed no. Motion carries 3-0. We are in executive session. Thank you for attending today.
Clean my office real quick.
It's interesting to hear somebody else make one of those motions for executive session. I was on the
missing one. And here it comes.
We good? We're back out of executive session, no action required, so we're officially adjourned. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Are they doing budget hearings?